Do you want to re-record that? Yeah.
Hello, I'm Katie. I am a channel account manager at Cavelo, and today I'm here with Vinod, president of Align Managed Services. Vinod, I would love for you to introduce yourself and talk a bit about Align.
Sure. Thank you, Katie, for having me, and thank you to the Cavelo team. Vinod Paul, president of Align Managed Services. Align is a global managed service provider that specializes in the alternative financial services market. So our financial service clients cut across many versions of registered investment advisors. The majority of our clients are the top performing hedge funds, private equity, institutional family offices of the alternative financial services world. About 85% of our clients are registered investment advisors. And with that comes the challenges of operational due diligence, as well as the regulatory challenges that they have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. Outside of that, we also support the broader alternative financial services community, including service providers that everything from fund administrators to outsourced COO, CFO firms to law firms that service the registered investment advisor community.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We're going to have some fun. So you and Align are partners of Cavelo. So I wanted to ask you a few questions around our partnership, starting with the challenges of pre-Cavelo. So prior to using Cavelo, what business challenges were you facing at Align?
Sure. So I think that we have a unique relationship. I believe that Align is one of the first managed service providers, I think the first managed service provider to be partnered with Cavelo. We did have a unique business challenge. We were actually working with another provider in the space that specialized in vulnerability management services. And to be quite honest, one of the biggest business challenges that we faced was that firm was not able to capture and keep up with the rate of growth that we were experiencing. I would tell you specifically, we're an enterprise organization. We have many clients. We need to deal with the challenges of multi-tenancy. We also needed to deal with the challenges from a reporting aspect for our client base, which we provide all our clients great reporting. And the provider that we were using prior to Cavelo couldn't scale with our organization. They couldn't keep up. Most specifically, they couldn't keep up with a lot of the reporting demands, and the technology wasn't innovating as well as we felt it should have been. And so we went through an RFP process, and very early on in the RFP process, we identified Cavelo as an emerging technology. And we're proud to say that we're now one of the longest lasting relationships with Cavelo. I think we're the first managed service provider to use you and leverage the relationship to go out to our broader client base.
Awesome. So would you say that the reporting, the multi-tenancy, kind of all going into the scaling with Align were your biggest pain points when looking for kind of started your search for a solution? Absolutely.
So I would say that partnership is really important, right? And partnership is a key word for us because we needed a technology firm that would innovate alongside us. The Cavelo team took a lot of time in spending with us to understand what are truly the reporting requirements of our clientele. I can even remember some of the initial meetings with your engineering team to understand, okay, what is the criteria that's important to our clientele? And it was important for you guys to understand that. And you took the time to understand the challenges of our clientele. And we created reports that we were able to scale and create as a baseline for every single client that we deliver the services to.
Okay, great. And how did you find the implementation process when you began your partnership with Cavelo?
So we initially tested the product ourselves. So, we're big believers that, we need to consume the technology and understand it thoroughly. So we have an incredible engineering team here at Align. We also have a great security team as well. So both, and I think it's important to understand that information technology and security is absolutely necessary to and a success factor for making sure that engineering and onboarding all works and talks to each other, as well as make sure that the implementation for our clients in the future would be successful. So, the testing period that we went through with Cavelo internally was, I think, a success factor for us setting the stage for our future implementations. Now we've automated the implementation. So when we have a new client that's getting onboarded on the Cavelo platform, we've been able to script it, automate it, make it quite easy to deploy the agents, as well as deploy the standard configurations that we have for every single client. One thing that we tout with our client base is that we never customize, but we instead configure to the needs of our client. We want to make sure that we use best practices in the base level configurations, and we can configure the best output for each one of our clients.
Awesome. And during that internal testing, what were your team's favorite capabilities that you think have been the most impactful for your business?
So, it all goes back to, you could have great technology and you can protect yourself, you can look for vulnerabilities, you can do data classification, which are all things that were important to us. But at the end of the day, we need to be able to also demonstrate that to our clients quite easily, and also have our end user customer be able to consume it in a fashion that's easily readable. Many of our end user customers are not technologists. They're very high level, often chief financial officers or chief operating officers of organizations that understand the requirements, but need a format which they can easily consume that data. So I think a big success factor for us was being able to present the reporting that we do with the technology that we've deployed with the Cavelo team in a manner that our clients can easily understand. Okay, this is my vulnerability footprint. Here's how my risks are getting mitigated, as well as hand in hand with that, they get a good understanding of where all their PII is, and the data discovery portion. The reporting around that is very important and vital to our clients.
Awesome. And have you achieved any specific goals or milestones since adopting Cavelo?
Absolutely. So, the biggest, I think, milestone for us is it's not only about getting a new client on board the platform, but also showing the value all throughout the relationship and retaining that client with the value that we bring, right? We're big believers here at Align that whatever solution that we deliver to our client base, we have to constantly innovate and move that solution forward for our clients. So the version of Cavelo that was deployed day one of our implementations with our client base, that's matured, and that maturity has passed along to the benefit of our client base.
I did want to toot our own horn a little bit and ask about your personal experience with Cavelo. So how would you describe your experience with our team?
So we love working with the Cavelo team. So, it's a collaboration every time that we get on the horn with you. There's never been an instance where, it's been like, there's a lot of back and forth, a lot of questions. Your team has been great about engaging with us right away. Easy to get you guys on the phone, but more importantly, you've taken the time to understand our business and our business requirements, as well as, us being an MSP reseller, understanding the needs of our clientele and the changing regulatory landscape, as well as the changing operational due diligence landscape, which both of those factors are a big deal for why we picked Cavelo as a partner for us.
Well, and what feedback have you received from your team regarding Cavelo?
So our team has always loved working with your team. It's a great collaboration. It's always interesting to see individuals that are a lot smarter than me on the engineering side collaborate with your side as well. I think the engineers get together and they've created some great magic. So, I would say that it's been wholly a positive experience. Even when it comes to troubleshooting, or whenever we've had a challenge presented to both our organizations, we've been able to easily overcome it because they collaborate together.
Definitely a lot smarter than me as well. So you're not alone there.
Good.
And now, moving forward, what's next for Align, and how do you see Cavelo supporting your future goals?
So with Align, as I mentioned, one of the core principles here at Align is the fact that we have to constantly innovate. The world is changing. I won't even drop the buzzwords, but of AI and cybersecurity challenges, but it's become fundamental and foundational to our client base that we have a solution and solutions that constantly innovate. So for us, what's next? It's about innovating the solution, making sure that we're future facing, that the new challenges of the cybersecurity landscape, new threats, as well as what's going on with AI and the development of the AI ecosystem, that everything that we do has those core foundational development footstones in presenting those solutions. So I would tell you the Cavelo partnerships have been great for us because you've collaborated with us and you've innovated with us. I do think the next 24 months is going to be quite interesting in terms of where the AI as well as cybersecurity landscape intersect each other. It's continued intersection across both of our platforms, and we need to show our clients that we're forward thinking, future thinking, and need to think about, what's coming around, not tomorrow, but what's coming around months ahead, years ahead, and how can both of our organizations future-proof for that.
Yes, I agree. The next 24 months are going to be very exciting. And Vinod, how has incorporating Cavelo into your cybersecurity stack enhanced the value you deliver to clients, particularly in industries with complex regulatory requirements like financial services?
So our clients heavily rely on us to deal with some of the compliance issues as well as the regulatory challenges that happen specifically in the alternative investment space. With those challenges, it's all about the way we approach compliance and risk factors. Many times we're actually dealing with third parties, including outsourced chief compliance officers or even firms that are doing operational due diligence on our clients. So Cavelo has helped us in setting a stage for demonstrating great reporting that we're doing, but it's also been an enabler for us to future-proof the organization, deal with some of the operational due diligence questions that are coming our way. We've been able to be more proactive in our stance. So when I go through operational due diligence, I'm able to proactively show, hey, this is what we're already doing with one of our partners, Cavelo, and let me show you the reporting from a client standpoint, and here's all the risks that we've identified. This is how we're mitigating those risks. This is how we're reviewing the sensitive data that our client's holding, the PII. This is a data discovery map that we produced for the client, and this is how they're proactively preventing that data from being exposed to individuals that are not supposed to have that data. So it's been a real enabler for us.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That's great. So my very last question for you is, would you recommend Cavelo to other organizations?
Absolutely. So, I don't take this lightly. I only recommend organizations that I feel are great partners for us. We've been very fortunate to have a business where we've been able to retain partnerships with our clients, and that's because we've been able to pick good partners as foundational technology platforms for Align. So I would absolutely recommend the Cavelo partnership to anyone who's looking at it, because at the end of the day, it's about who you're collaborating with. Can you work well with them? But also, are they in a partnership? Both sides have to be able to get upside. Both sides have to be able to feel the pain points when there's pain points, but more importantly, avoid the pain points together, right? How are they collaborating together to think of how both organizations can grow together? And Cavelo's done a great job for me there.
That's great to hear. And obviously, Align is one of our most cherished relationships and partnerships. We're excited to continue this journey with you and your team.
Oh, thank you, Katie.